ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 31.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
6-man. Check curls, check curls, check curls.
Now it's Watson. James has got it. Complete. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd down.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
Watch the run. They're running it. 24. Check right 54. Right 54. It's coming this way. Here we go. Mike,
Out of the gun, Watson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here we go. 65. 11. Hey, alert 3.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
21. Hey, alert. Go ahead.
On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
65.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Bravo!
On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
From the 27, Watson. And a return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. First down, a run with Cohen. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's James. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the slide.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. It'll be a gain of 3, and it also takes us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Check right, check right.
From just shy of midfield, Watson looking deep for Gabriel, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Mike 5-4. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Hits his target. It's Taylor Gabriel. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Let's go. Let's do this.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
On 2nd down, it's Cohen. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Williams. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. This is Breida. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
You must be getting
11. 11.
Smooth.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Tighten up. Pull it together. Out. He's
One, Omaha.
Out of the shotgun, Breida. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On second down now, it's Cohen, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll run on first down. Cohen. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down, Montgomery. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Off of play action, it's Watson. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears try to go for it on fourth. They're going for it. It's Watson. And Robinson with a big catch. First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Watson now 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 29-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw. This one into the hands of Burton. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. On first down, it's Cohen. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. On third down, a run with Cohen. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Watson to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Here's Watson. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. As the first half is winding down. As they are now on the board here in the first half. The point after is good. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC divisional round matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
Here we go.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
11. Let's go. Charlie, 64. Weak. SOS.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
13. Hey, Delta.
39-yard line.
Mike's 50. Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
11.
Come get some.
21.
He don't want it.
49. Check 49.
Joker.
On 2nd and 11 now. Garoppolo. He completes it to Nelson. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there is They were able to connect.
Let's go.
7-yard gain. That's another 49er first down.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 47.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Eddie Goldman with a sack. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Tighten up.
White.
Garoppolo. Caught by Nelson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Hey, Roy.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50.
13.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. It's caught. Nelson. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. Garoppolo and the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Box truck.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
11.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. That's complete to his receiver, Pettis. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 19.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, not it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main card.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Quan Alexander. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw is Watson. Steps away to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Watson operating from the gun. He'll rifle this one deep. He's got a man. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Chicago. Taylor Gabriel, 82 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Tackle was made by Joel Iyiegbuniwe. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
12, fellas. Here we go. Hey, gun.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, 52 yards. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. And, you know, you and I praise tight ends in today's game a lot for being just like a bigger-bodied wide receiver. Boy, a play that long from that position, you just didn't used to see that as much.
No, you were really just counting on the tight end position to catch the football and get what they got on the catch. And now it's the run after the catch that makes him so dangerous. Hard to bring those big guys down when they get rolling.
Couldn't bring him down here. Got into the end zone. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
54.
Watson, off play action. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. DeForest Buckner, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? He's got Burton here. Despite a pickup of 16, they're still well short of the sticks on 4th.
Single receiver. Single receiver. 56, right there. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You can't block me. You jump off. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And James has it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So the Bears with a football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. They go play action here on 1st down.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. And an alley to run. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. Watson now to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here we go on 4th. Watson, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Back to you. I'm going back to you.
13.
On 1st down, here's Breida. Akeem Hicks that time on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say so long from Santa Clara.